Hi, welcome back to Thrive America. I'm your host, by the way, Brent Brooks, and joined by good friend and improv student, Chris Heuser. Chris, you took the improv class. Did you have fun in the class?
I had a blast.
Yeah. Chris later is going to do some interpretive dancing, and so stick around, and it's going to be exciting to see that. We are in the middle of our interview with Chris, and Chris has talked a lot about small business and why now is the best time to start, why it doesn't take a lot of money to start your own business. Before you do start your own business, choose something you're passionate about. Make sure someone wants what you do. In the last segment, we talked about building an informative website, how it's very affordable, and you gave some key tips and places to go to start your own website. And then getting skilled up, making sure you build your skill set up, so when you get to your clients, if you get into a situation where you can't get out of, you've got a support system of people that you can turn to a phone call away. So, Chris, we're going to talk a little bit about your next 2 points here, which is write your roadmap, achievable goal. What do you mean by your roadmap and an achievable goal?
Well, like when I started my company, I made, and this doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be a journal. Where do you want to be 3 months from now? Where do you want to be 6 months from now? 9 months, 12 months, whatever's comfortable for you, wherever, you want to do the segments, on how you want to grow your business. I mean, do you want to grow your business to, have 50, 60 employees? Do you want to grow your business 3 employees? You just want to do it on your own? You have to figure that out and then find out how you're going to get to that, how you're going to, make money and be able to support yourself and your family. So you want to make, what do you need to do to make this much every day? And you can start small. How do I make $100 a day? How do I make $200 a day, $300 a day? And then just write down what steps you need to take and when you want to achieve that goal.
Help me understand how many goals. I mean, should I write? Should I write 50 goals and write a goal for my marketing goals and my bottom line business goals, or I sometimes I've done this and I've just felt a little overwhelmed with this, and sometimes I've even felt down when I haven't met a goal. I know this is just something I want to get your input on and so forth.
Well, by achievable goals, I mean, you can't write down I'm starting my business in February and a year from now I want to be making $1 million a year. That's not going to happen. I mean, it might, but it's rare. So, if you start your business in February, and you're making $0, in February, how much money do you want to make in June, and how are you going to get there? And by goals, don't write down 50 of them. Write down 5. And then once you've achieved those 5, go on to the next 5, or whatever number is comfortable for you. I myself use 5. That's a good number for me. The 5 things that I want to do in the next 3 months.
And are these like goals? Are they related to a number? Like I want to make $100 a day, or I want to.
Well, it could be money. It could be marketing. Like in my case, I'm going to, I'm working on a postcard right now for what we call a computer tune-up that people should have, at least twice a year. Kind of cleans up their junk off the computer, and we're going to offer a special deal. So I'm working on a postcard, that I want to be able to mail out within the next, 3 months. So I'm getting it designed and going to have it mailed, and that's one of my goals to do that. Another goal that I've got is that, I want to expand into another county. So I'm going to need an employee or a private contractor in that county to do that work for me, because I'm not going to be able to travel 50 miles. So that's another goal. And again, if you don't reach the goal in whatever time period that you set, every 3 months I look at my goals and see what I've gotten, and then whatever I didn't get to, maybe wasn't that important, I move it to the next 3 month period, or if it's not important, I just cross it out and put something else in its place. It's kind of like thinking on paper is what I call it. And it works for me. I mean, you have to figure out what works for you best.
And I know that you Well, maybe this is a good segue into your next point, but I know you mentioned offline a little bit about when you were starting your business having mentors, and we've had several people come talk about just someone that can keep you accountable.
Right.
Maybe you share your goals with somebody, and they're the ones that can kind of keep you accountable and check in with you every now and then and see how, are you still on point to reach your goal. But let's talk about this next principle you're sharing with us here, which is find alliances and build your team. And I know you work for yourself, and what do you mean by build your team and find alliances here?
Well, talking like the postcard, I mean, there's going to be writing involved. I could, I'm barely write my name. So I mean, I need someone that can, take my ideas and make them sound like, something somebody wants to read. So I'm going to find a writer. So what I do is I ask friends and people that I network with, who is a good writer? Who can I use to do this for me? Like I asked you earlier, and you gave me a name of someone that's a great writer. So that's how you build your team. In the beginning, you have to do it all yourself. As you get, more successful in what you do, you want to spend your time running your business and the peripheral stuff, like postcards and writing and doing website design. You want to hire that out to other people because that's what they do best. So that's why I mean, build your team. And you're going to have accountants and lawyers and people like that you can count on so you don't get in trouble, and also so that you the things that you're doing are correct, and don't get you in trouble. So
you mentioned the accountant and the lawyer and so forth. Are these are these your alliances? Are these people that you're networking with? Or are these people you're actually contracting to help you with your
well, you network with them, but you contract with them too, and they may be friends also. So I mean that's, and you use them to do, like for instance, when you have if you have a website, some websites require a privacy policy, especially if you're going to do emailing, things like that, or if you're selling a product, especially something that is designed to help you with business. You have to have a privacy policy, and you need someone to write that for you. You can't just go swipe one from somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's, and compliance with government regulations. Do you collect sales tax? These are all things that you can talk to someone about. And what you do is if you don't have a lot of money, you find out what would it cost me to do. Can I give you $100 and can you sell me a half hour of your time? Here are my questions. I have them written down.
We're going to talk in our next segment about networking. I think there's something to be said about building your alliances through networking as well. But I think we're going to go ahead and stop here and come right back. And I think we might be wrapping things up and get ready to for our interpretive dance from Mr. Chris, which is, we're all excited about this.
Me too.